Well, hey y'all. And no, that is not my traditional greeting for a YouTube video. Usually we kick it off like this. Well, salutations, kindred spirits, and today I'm thinking, well, in fact, I'm hoping that this video is not just for the kindred, this is for the naysayers. And I don't want to call them haters because I don't think that's what's happening here, but I have recently learned that more than a few of my peers are less than pleased with my efforts on YouTube, specifically this. Conn, why would you teach the secrets? Why am I breaking the first rule of magic? Never tell the secret. Well, that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. So I have a laundry list of reasons I teach here on YouTube, and we'll get to some of those reasons in just a minute, but I want to start open with what it's not, because I think I have a misconception of people that I'm over here getting rich in YouTubeville, and it's definitely this. It's not about the money. Let's take a standard tutorial, for example. It takes me a couple of hours to shoot the thing. Before that, a couple of hours to script it, and much less get the idea. We're in 5 hours already. A couple hours, 3 or 4 hours to edit things, YouTube thumbnails and descriptions, comments, nurturing the video. I'm in at least 10 hours on every tutorial that I've put on YouTube, and in general my good ones might get 10,000 views, which equals to about $12 for me. And if you do the math there, that's about $1 an hour return on investment. And if you think about that, then what I'm doing here is exactly the opposite of making money. Like, if I wanted to make money, I could take those 10 hours, focus them on another project, that might prove more fruitious. And is fruitious, is that the word? It's the word I'm using. Long story short, nope, it's not about the bucks. One of the reasons, selfishly, that I make these videos is I love the process. I've been putting magic videos on the internet since the mid-90s, and I've been making magic videos since the 80s, when I used to do a cable access show in high school. My first internet video on YouTube was in 2006, before there was even monetization. So yeah, it's a labor of love. I enjoy the process. I hope you'll forgive me for that. All right, so fast forward 30 years. During the pandemic, I turned my attention online, start making short form videos, and during this time, I amassed over 1 million pairs of eyeballs, followers, thank you all, and hundreds of millions of views. Now, we had 30 years of performing experience, hundreds of millions of views. I think I'm fairly qualified to state the exposure of magic on the internet is irrelevant, assuming that you are performing your magic with an interesting and entertaining presentation. That's the bottom line. And as I grew on the platforms, I listened to the kindred spirits, to the amateurs, to the novices, and I began to understand that everyone is learning on YouTube. And as I go to YouTube and look at what they're learning, I learned myself that what we really need is not less teaching, but what we really need is more quality teachers. And this is doubly true for parts of the world that don't have access to magic shops or magic clubs or even the public library that people always say, just send them to the library. Well, maybe someone in India doesn't have a library to go to. And even if they did, whether you like it or not, YouTube is the public library of the modern era. I know a lot of my some of my peers, some of the old guard are not ready to accept the fact that everyone learns everything on YouTube now, but fact is they do, and magic is on that list. They come here to learn. And considering that, I guess I have a question for the naysayers, and that is this. If all the students are coming to YouTube, well, who do you want teaching them? I know you might not want anybody teaching them, but it's too late. We lost that battle 20 years ago. Yeah, it's too late now. The floodgates are open. The students are here and more arrive every day. Now, what are we going to do about that? Now I'm hoping this video finds favor with a few kindred spirits like me who've been around the block a few times, got a few years, read a few books, has some performing experience, and is willing to share some of that information with the students. I have some good news for you if you make that choice, and that is this. Along the way, you will build a sense of community, kind of like when we used to go in the magic shop on a Saturday afternoon. There's, 6 or 10 guys around the magic table talking shop and sharing tricks. And the fact of the matter is that a lot of students don't have these opportunities today, much less the ones that are international. There's all kinds of places around the world that can't even fathom a magic shop, much less a magic club or a mentor. And if you get the chance to develop a mentor relationship with a budding magician that has just great promise, I guarantee you'll find a sense of reward that really transcends anyone naysaying about what you do, and you'll know exactly the path that you should be on. And lastly, this. I've had the pleasure of reading all the comments from my videos here on the platforms and answering the emails and hanging out with magicians in Zoom and on the Discord and in the DMs. And I've learned this. I've learned that my efforts have made a difference. They've turned some frowns upside down, per se. They've actually brought families together. I've heard messages of families having dinner, learning magic together on the internet. What is going on? Of course, I'm doing exactly what I should be doing. And so, in my humble opinion, the question is not whether or not there should be magic teaching on YouTube, but the question is, how can we improve the process for the modern student, guiding them towards a strong history, good theory, performance tips, a good community, a mentor. To do this, we need experienced, wise teachers, and I hope that you can help and join me in asking the question is, how do we convince better mentors, better teachers to come to the platform to educate our students? That is my question to you.